Enough with the
Yeah,
spoilers.
I completely forgotten about doing her voice. Oh my. She was awful.
There were some good ones in there, though.
No,
I can't find a list of the NPCs and their roles. I just found a list of the NPCs for the entire campaign, though.
All right,
So,
I'm gonna have to see if I can do some little Google foo real quick.
yeah, that's what I was trying to do.
Go.
Just talk amongst yourselves.
Yep.
While we look things up.
Finder
From
and Shelly
from a
are saying
different.
hello.
Good morning.
Good
Yeah,
morning.
that's one of the things I do whenever I'm running a game is I've got this spreadsheet. It's my cheat sheet, and it has everybody in it.
Mhm.
It's all one page, alphabetical, and like a one sentence of like what they do.
I
Yeah.
tried to do that for
So-
Plunder and Peril. There's a few. I think there's only maybe a dozen NPCs that actually have. Hey, Cowart. That actually have attitudes and agendas written up. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I actually made a GitHub repo for it.
Cutthroat
cool.
Grok.
Track changes.
Grok. That's it.
Cutthroat Grok. That was her name.
Grok.
Yeah.
I was going to throw it to the chat in a minute and see if they knew.
Oh, shoot. I ruined it. Well, there goes the Christmas present to the chat. There goes that giveaway.
Christmas is over. Take down the tree. Pack away your joy.
You should see my tree. I
And
have
walk
already taken it
stoically
down.
towards
It's
2022.
like this
Wow.
big.
That's your
Cardboard. It fits in the palm of my hand. Yeah. This,
So-
this thing my mom bought me like 5 or 6 years ago because I never put up a tree, and she's like, "I want you to have a tree." So I got this little cardboard tree that folds out, and it literally will fit in the palm of my hand. So the first day of Christmas or first day of December, I just pull it and set it out, and I have my tree up.
So it's a palm tree.
No, it looks like a Christmas tree. It's just oh god, it's been a long week already. So
It's not going to get shorter.
that one went like then got me.
Oh,
You have
come on,
like
that was a good
two
one.
hours of us.
Yeah.
I'll pay that.
I need my kid down here for the rim shot on the drum set that we got him. Yeah.
It
do
can't
that
go
with
over my
sounds, too.
head. I'm too fast.
I'm too fast.
I'll
Would catch it.
reach up and grab it.
Wait.
Mhm.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if Jamie has the sound open.
Oh yes, of course. I have the sound open. I don't know what you were thinking that I wouldn't have the sound open.
Okay.
Obviously, it's on
Why
the
would you-
list, the extensive, detailed list of everything I do to get ready for the stream.
Jeez.
Speaking of
One of
Christmas,
the items. Put on pants.
That's optional.
I did change shirts.
how was y'all's Christmas?
Good,
Everybody
good.
good.
Yeah, it's
Big-
good.
Big gifts, lots of stuff, loot.
So this was probably my best gift.
A flashlight.
A box of flashlights.
Box of flashlights.
They got a box of those.
Yep, a box of 4 of these. I'm not gonna blind you all, but it's a good one.
Nice.
I'm always looking for flashlights because in my house they move and I don't know why.
The cats.
Yes.
How tall is everyone else in your house? Because can I recommend velcroing one to the ceiling?
That might work.
Yeah, it really might. Upstairs.
I got given a ring light, so I can do this.
Oh,
It's RGB ring light.
rave lighting.
Oh no.
Ah,
Oh no.
He's gonna synchronize it with the audio.
So if you get poisoned, you do the green. If you if
That's
you get
right.
jealous, you do the green also. Change.
so
If you eat a blueberry, you
turn
do
into
the blue, you
frog,
do
I
the purple.
turn green.
Yeah.
What about you, Jamie?
I got an around the world set of hot sauces, flavors of the world. It's fantastic. Everything from California hot sauce to Dragon's Breath. The one that you might like, Mike, is my Outback is burning hot sauce. There's
I want to get a
Mayan,
topical cream for that.
That might
Mayan
be the name of the whole
ruins.
box.
Yeah, it should be fun. I can't wait to try some of it.
That's otherwise known as a poisoner's kit.
Exactly. There's a Texas smoky chipotle sauce. So Cowart from your end of the world. So that should be fun.
Cool.
Chipotle.
Well, y'all remember what happened last time?
Uh-huh.
We'll get right to it.
All the
You
stuff.
got all the things happened. You guys tracked down Patch. I could tell y'all weren't really sure what was going to happen. Like,
Oh, I remember. I was in the process of casting Detect Magic.
you said that right as I said next week. You were like, I start casting Detect Magic. So we're going to pick up right there. But you
Mhm.
guys had gone to the orphanage to question Patch, and Farazan became a Ferris wheel, and everybody else, Khaldun became, God, what's that handyman?
Yeah, I
He
was
became
a
a handyman.
Mendy man.
Tracked down Patch, talked to him, and realized that he was just a dumb kid, for lack of a better word.
So he says.
So he says. And the last thing that happened was he came to this realization that they always seemed to know where he was.
Hmm.
And then Khaldun just, oh crap, let's Detect Magic. So that's where we're going to pick up. He's still kneeling on one knee, and he's basically talking to Gretchen. He's, I didn't mean to do it. Please, all this stuff. Khaldun, you begin to cast Detect Magic. Trathiel and Farazan, what are you doing for the next 10 minutes?
I'll let y'all know what I'm doing. I just don't start, weaving magic. I was like,
I kind of feel like they can identify Detect Magic
probably. I do it
because
pretty
how many
frequently.
times? Yeah, because you.
Yeah.
it's about-
We
yeah.
we would know, but I'd be more worried about Patch freaking out that we caught him and now we're casting some weird magic spell on him.
Hold still.
He actually seems more concerned about Gretchen and getting talking to her and trying to get over on her the fact that she he didn't intend to do all this. So he's really just pleading his case and begging for forgiveness from her when you start. So he doesn't really even pay attention. I mean, he notices it, he hears it, but he's very engaged with Gretchen right now.
So Farazan will be I think right before we started the Detect Magic thing and we were talking about getting distraction, he was counting for hide and seek.
Yes.
So
Yes.
all the kids scattered like roaches when the light comes on. So he's going to make his way up the steps toward the office. Be like, fee, fi, fo, fum, looking for looking for the making a lot of noise, so the kids will kind of keep hiding. But narrating all the things that he's doing is like, I'm looking in this door, I'm looking in this door, so that the kids will focus on him and his voice and the sounds he's making, but being a distraction, but making his way closer to the office for backup.
I wonder what number you'd get to for counting for 10 minutes straight. Like counting while he's doing that. Okay, so you're still like trying to entertain the kids, trying to keep them away, hidden. Okay. Trathiel?
I mean, Tarathiel is probably looking to Gretchen for guidance as to what she wants to do with Patch, but he's not letting Patch out of his sight. So he's just keeping an eye on everything.
Okay.
It's probably fading into the foreground a bit.
And during that time, and Farazan, you're up there, and if that was your intention to get there, you get up there within a minute or so. It's pretty obvious that Patch is winning Gretchen over, and it's not really hard. Like, she obviously cares for the guy and wants the best for him and things like that. And he keeps saying this stuff, and you can see that she's, I know, I understand. Like, we've got to talk about all this stuff, but it's obvious that she doesn't really want him to go, but she also doesn't want to put the other kids in harm's way. So that's going on for the next 10 minutes. Nothing happens. Patch and Gretchen are just talking back and forth, and he's calming down a little bit, and she's kind of calming him down. And you finish your spell, Detect Magic. So I read Detect Magic before we started because it's a short sentence and a period and then another sentence with a comma and a maybe and it's a lot of
That's English.
advanced. Yeah, it's a lot of algorithms though. But the first thing it says, because my concern was, do you detect magic that is invisible? The answer is yes. Do you see the aura? No. It has to be a visible item or whatever to see an aura. So, that being said, when you finish your spell, yes, you do detect magic. And you go for a second and you see the auras of, what you guys are carrying and things like that. But there is also another aura that you cannot see, but you do know that it is a divination from the divination school. Does that make
As soon
sense?
as yes.
Okay.
Well, as soon as I finish, I look at you, everyone in the room, and it's like, we're being scried.
Gasp.
That sounds
And
painful.
Gretchen looks, what does that mean? Oh my goodness.
Someone is either using a spell or some sort of device to look into this room and possibly even listen to us right
Okay.
now.
And literally, as soon as you finish that sentence, the divination goes away.
And they just stopped.
Nate, have we got any way of knowing who it was?
Nope.
Can I do it again?
Yes.
Can we stop them from doing it again?
Theoretically, I can't, but it is possible.
Do we know someone that can?
I'm sure someone at the Blue Crater Academy can do it. But that's some pretty powerful magic.
I mean, do you think they were just watching us? Do you think they were watching Patch?
They're probably, you know what? I don't know. That's a really good question. Because either one of us would be easy targets.
Is it something that we would be aware of if one of us was being watched?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I think you would need some sort of magical detection like what I just did.
He's giving me an Arcana check.
All right.
Everybody can if you have it, but I figure he's probably got the best.
Oh, Fairzon's going to nail this one.
-1.
Yeah. So this
rolled a 5.
This proves the theory that if you are observing something, it changes the outcome, right?
I rolled a 6.
Oh, so
I'm not
you
even
didn't
going to
have
roll
a
it. He
total of
doesn't have
5. You had a
proficiency.
12 total.
Yeah.
So that's a good roll, and you are sure that that was a scry spell. But that is a little above your pay grade right now. Like you know of the spell, you know kind of how it works, but you haven't really got a grasp on it yet.
No.
Essentially, it's a 5th level spell. So, but you also do know that there are items and there are magics out there that will help prevent. But usually those are limited time, so it's not like you can do a permanent. Well, there are probably items out there that will give you permanent non-detection. I think that may be still the spell, but a spell cast has a certain time frame, so you don't know. You wouldn't know when to cast it, right? You don't know when they're scrying, so you wouldn't know to plan ahead and that kind of thing. So that's the general idea you get.
I mean, I have a spell that could prevent it in a small area for 8 hours, but we'd be stuck there.
Is it the tiny hut?
Tiny hut.
So does they would just see the tiny hut from the outside if they were, because they couldn't cast into it.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that would block it. It's basically a wall of force. But they would see the shell from the outside. So
sure.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't glean much more information. Like you don't know who specifically they're looking at. Obviously, you don't know the caster. You couldn't get that anyway. There's no way to detect that. But you are fairly certain that you were right from your first instinct that was a scry spell that was active when you finished casting Detect Magic.
Okay, so we got a couple questions. We got several questions there. Who were they watching? Who was it that we're watching? Why? That depends on who. But I mean, I that's not like street magic there. That's sophisticated magic. That is a well-learned magic user spending his time to cast something that is not easy to cast to watch us.
And instinctively, Tarathula's just kind of backing up until he sort of hits the wall. He's clearly not comfortable with the situation.
You're not paranoid if they're actually watching you.
Yeah. So I look down at Patch and like, Patch, I don't know who that was, but if it's the same person that was watching you before, they know what just happened.
And by this time he's standing up. I mean, he's still talking to Gretchen and they got, his arm around her or whatever, she's patting him on the shoulder. I don't know anybody else. So it's either going to be one of the kids here or somebody from the last laugh, because I really just don't know anybody else in town except for, Gretchen and the people that work here. I don't know.
You mean one of the kids here cast a spell?
Yeah, I'm just joking. It's probably the last laugh.
Like,
that seems more likely.
That would be disturbing.
And he looks over again at Gretchen and he just asks, finally, "Can I stay? I won't do anything else, I promise." And she kind of hem-haws for just, 5 or 10 seconds. "If you promise to be good and stay away from those bad elements and stay away from that bar, no more beer, you get a second chance." And he thanks her and is very thankful. "Thank you so much. You will not be disappointed, I promise. I promise." And they seem to be happy with the outcome there. He looks over at you guys. "I'll help you any way I can. I don't know a whole lot. I just know the one guy that I contacted, which I mentioned his name last week. Now I've got to look it up again. Yes, that's him.
His name is last week?
Last week, Mr. Week to you. I don't really have a specific time that I go there to the Tip Tankard to meet anybody. It's just when I go, they just happen to know that I'm there. And he...
Watching you magically, that's not a big surprise.
I didn't know. Kind of unnerving. He's looking up, looking around.
It's the spooky, creepy music.
Well, what I find a little more unnerving is whoever's doing this is probably one of the most powerful magic users in the city.
Oh my goodness.
That's good.
So
Farazan's been kind of listening at the door, and he'll
358.
358. Yeah. He kind of closes the door, or before he closes the door behind him as he comes into the office, he'll yell back, "Well, I can't find anyone. Sorry, you win." Closes the door. And he'll say, my note said Revis. Is that right?
Yes, Revis is right.
Okay. Says he rummages through his pack and he pulls out a pad and a pen. He said, "Can you describe this, Revis?"
Sure. And he describes a very just average, nondescript, 5'6", dark hair, early 30s man, normal clothing.
So except for the age, it could be any one of us.
I mean,
He describes disguised self.
Yes.
probably. That's kind of the gist you're getting from at least Tarathiel. You know that it's the disguise self is great within this group of people. They use it very,
Mhm.
very often. But he literally
Rampant.
describes everybody in town, like the dark skin, the dark hair, the dark eyes, average height, average build, no special clothing, no mark. I mean, like, just somebody that would just walk 5 feet and blend into the crowd.
Okay. Well,
But if I saw him, I'd know him.
Sounds like a real looker.
okay. So there's no way to kind of, sketch artist this guy out really then.
Sure, give me an art check, or whatever you have. Calligraphy. What is it that you have?
Just
Painter's
have
tools.
proficiency and painters tools.
Painters. That's what it is. Yeah, give me a roll. And he tries. He describes it pretty well from what you can tell.
Okay.
Like the eyes are this
Proficiency
far
sketch
apart
artist.
and dark hair. Yeah. Of course, they all look the same. He's basically drawing the Unabomber, but
That's fine. I didn't know sunglasses existed in this world.
How to disguise can do anything.
Yeah, how does
Making a real
Yeah.
statement with that hoodie.
Yeah. Gosh, that's good. Okay, painter's
Tarathiel will take Khaldun aside and just ask, like, if he gets in trouble, do you reckon we could give him something magical so that he could signal us? Because if they know, I mean, they might cut ties, but they may try and eliminate him. We just don't know.
Can you alarm him?
He already looks alarmed.
No.
If anyone but one of us enters him, no, wait.
No.
Cut the mic.
So in order for that to work, so Khaldun's looking at him and the wheels are turning. He's like, he would have to be dead. I don't think we want to do that.
We can cut a door in him. That's on his belly door.
That's not
fine.
great.
No.
No, I guess mechanically, I'm looking for. Can we get him like a bird feather token or something so that he can send us a message if something goes bad? Or
I mean, we have a bird feather token.
do we?
Yes, you do. It's a one-time.
That is the
thing.
one that lets you send a message, right?
No,
Yeah.
it's the one that summons a gargantuan turkey.
I mean, how gargantuan? If it's big enough, it might work.
It's literally gargantuan. It's a rock.
Oh, that's right. Someone's a rock.
I just in D&D Beyond, I went to
Forgot about
to
that.
search feather token, and you said turkey, and I just wrote feather turkey, and I was like, no, it's not right.
Well, you certainly would notice a rock that popped up over Cauldron. You would know that
I
he
know,
had done
that's what I'm
something.
thinking.
That's the ultimate caca.
Exactly. And you would hope that he would do it outdoors. Otherwise, you'd have a head sticking out of the front door and the wings sticking out the windows of the orphanage.
That's hilarious. That rock has 248 hit points.
Yeah, rocks are huge. Yeah,
It wasn't
that's-
that rock. It was that rock.
I mean, is it
Monster.
a pet rock?
probably not. I have a pet rock. It says friends. So yeah, the feather token summons a 900 foot wingspan bird.
That's insanity.
Maybe
It
not
might
big.
be able to deliver a message.
Yes. Message of doom and dreck as the city falls apart.
Yes.
In any case, we don't have to give anything to him now, but it was just a thought. But can we get something to give him something so that if, like, I don't want him to get grabbed off the street and then just disappear and then we never know what happened to him.
I
Although
don't either.
Tarathiel is pissed at him, he's a useful asset.
And he's looking pretty nervous. You guys talking about, protecting him from them. And he's looking at Gretchen again, and he's like, should I stay? I mean, if they're going to come after me, I don't want them to hurt the kids.
I just saw that Shelley said it is the Rock, and that just made me assume that the Feather Token summons Dwayne Johnson.
The Rock.
I
Gives
mean,
you
that
the
could be helpful.
the people's eyebrow.
He could deliver a message too.
Yes, good.
Yeah.
Message of hope and weightlifting.
He just appears and everyone in Colton's like, "Do you smell that?" It's like something's cooking.
What is he cooking? I never
What is
have.
he
Nobody's
cooking?
ever figured it out.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have to think about it. There's nothing that I can do. Nothing that I can do that would have that effect.
All right.
Guess we can talk to the lady at the magic shop and
Sky.
see if talk to Sky and see if she has anything like that, like sending stones or something like that.
Yeah, I think that might be for the best.
Can get one of those new fangled, blue teeth. Stick it in his ear and have him send a message.
Sure. So is that the plan? You're going to head over to Sky's treasury?
Yeah, if Gretchen is happy for us to leave Patch here.
I'll keep an eye on him. She nods.
And
Fiercely.
as far as we know, she's not a cleric or a magic user or anything like that, right?
Gretchen? No. She's no.
She has proficiency orphans. That's it.
Yes. Yeah. She's a commoner that's good with kids.
Okay.
She's a retired 20th level assassin.
Yeah. Right.
I hate when that happens.
I mean, here's a thought. Pazel
Mm-hmm.
could just have her hang out here and
That was-
come get you.
That was the end of the thought.
She could
So
she
we'll-
could come get us if something happened.
Yeah,
But
that's
it
true.
would mean losing the use of the familiar, kind of overworldly.
Well,
Yeah,
we
I
could do it. We could do it for a while.
Yeah.
You know.
You wouldn't have the telepathy, but
least-
it certainly could come to you if something happened, for sure.
Right. They could send it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I could send her. Okay. All right. I pull her out of the interdimensional pocket.
There you go.
Yep.
Nice.
And he looks just awestruck. Real magic just happened in front of him, and it's an owl, and he's reaching out to pet the owl gingerly, very
Yeah,
nicely.
you can pet the hell.
Takes his hat off.
So-
Pulls it out of the hat.
This is Puzzle. This is my familiar.
How?
I can leave
cool.
her with you.
Okay.
And
Okay.
if you need to send us a message, just tell her to find me.
If I need to send you a message, I will say, what should I do?
Just say,
Just say send a message.
yeah, just say return to Khaldun.
Return to Khaldun.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you give her something to hold or, like a message or something,
Oh, like a note?
she can carry it. Yes, she can
All
carry
right. Okay.
Say
Yeah.
hello computer.
it. Hello.
Hello, computer. How cool.
Is this
What
thing alive?
does she eat?
Mice.
Oh, this is gonna be so cool. Okay.
And misbehaving children.
But take everybody to the basement and watch the kids and watch him hunt the mice. So he looks really excited, and
Okay.
he's petting the owl and just oohing and awing with it. And some of the little kids who have seen through your ruse have actually come out of their hiding spots, and they're all kind of gathering around, going, "Oh yeah," very excited about this very tame owl. And you hear Gretchen, now be gentle. It's don't hurt. You can pet the owl, and so she's kind of handling the little kids that are coming in.
Okay.
So what you got next? What do you plan on doing?
So right now we're waiting on our clothes for
Get ready tomorrow.
the ball.
Yeah.
Mm,
I would like to go to Skies and see if we can get something. I think it was Stone of Sending is the sending stones are the uncommon
sending stones. Yeah.
wondrous item that come in pairs and work as walkie-talkies.
Okay.
But they can only
So
be used once a day.
Mm-hmm.
you're heading to Skies.
Sure.
Yep.
Head out. Get
Bye,
nice and drenched by
kids.
the rain. Bye, Farazan. They're like hanging on your feet and you're dragging them along.
Yeah, yeah.
And you head out. You get into the rain. You go around town. It's on the opposite side. Anyway, you get there. No problem at all. Just drenched when you get there. Doors open. She's
That's
inside.
confusing.
Looks like she's doing some accounting work in the ledger. She sees you walk in and she brightens up. Hi, come on in.
The best customers.
17 is Skies.
Yeah, over here.
Herding cats.
It's all
What
over.
can I do for you?
We're looking for something that will help us to communicate with a friend. He could find himself in a dangerous situation, and we would like to be able to get to him and to help.
Okay.
Have you got anything that can do that?
She's at this point. She's kind of like thinking in her head, what would that be? I don't have anything here. But usually in a couple of days, I can reach out to some of my, not contacts, my suppliers,
Your network? Yep.
and see if I can find something. It might be several days because generally it comes from Sassarine or even further north. But I'll certainly
Gotta come
see if I
past the
can.
dragon.
That's true. But I'm pretty sneaky, you know. I don't. Yeah, I can take a look. Let me just give me a couple of days, and I'll let you know what I come up with.
Okay. Also, we recently discovered that someone might be watching us using magic.
Oh, scribe.
Yeah, magic, not paranoia.
Are you sure? Are you sure? So my scribe.
was.
Well, that's pretty rare. I mean, I don't even think I could cast that spell. I'm pretty good at casting spells.
Can you think of anyone that could?
There's several people at Blue Crater Academy that could. Let's see. There's been adventurers that have come through, but nothing now that I know of. Probably some of the high priests. They could easily do it. So yeah, there's probably 10 people in town that could do it that I know of. Most of them are prominent figures in either the Blue Crater Academy or one of the 4 churches. You're talking about a sending stone. She's like has this aha moment. Well, let me think. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll check on that. I'll be able to. 4 or 5 days.
We'll be level
not-
20 by then.
Right. I'll have made 5.
Yeah. We would
Yeah.
appreciate it.
I'll see what I can do for sure. Are you interested in anything I have in stock now? She's holds her hand out Vanna White style to, the potions and scrolls and armors and things.
Do you have anything that would help us figure out who was scrying? Or maybe prevent us from being scryed upon?
No, I've got a scroll of detect magic, but that wouldn't really tell you much except for that it's happening. You know, yeah. No, I'm afraid not. I've actually got a pretty limited supply right now during the raining season. Not many people travel.
Well, Flood Festival stocks get low. We know how that is.
Yeah. Most of the things that are for sale for Flood Festival are, just
Sold.
trinkets and sandbags, things like that.
Yes. Umbrellas.
Umbrellas.
Ponchos.
No, I'm afraid not. I don't think I have anything that could help you out. That specific. I've got armor in case they come after you. She smiles. You know, she's obviously joking.
That's all right. I have a Farazan for that.
He waves.
She laughs and looks up.
I'm sorry I didn't see you there. You were too big.
I'm sure. Like his head is kind of like stuff's hanging down from the ceiling, and he's just kind of, hiding behind a pot. Or
Like
something.
in the pots and pans.
Yeah. Clink, 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 clink.
Does the lean down? Hello, lady.
Yeah.
Hello, pretty lady. Now I'm starting to imagine you as Andre the Giant. That's not
Yeah.
good.
That's fine.
It's fine.
Everybody
Um,
move.
I don't need anything at the moment. Then thank you.
No? Okay. Well, just keep in mind the whole Flood Festival special. You guys are good customers. I'll keep that going for you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. I mean,
You're-
how
you've been the-
long are the floods going to continue?
Usually a couple of weeks into winter, then it starts to turn colder and the rains. The air currents when cold air hits hot air, you get rain. Blah blah blah. So yeah, she's basically
Pulls down a weather chart.
Yeah, exactly. Back here, and she's wearing all green, so all
There's
you
a
can see is her head
high pressure
and her arm.
system here.
Generally, a couple of weeks after Flood Festival ends, because Flood Festival usually marks the beginning of winter. Of course, around here, that still means it's pretty warm. But here in a couple of weeks, it's going to start cooling off, especially up here in Cauldron, being above the cloud level. We're pretty high up here, but it should be stopping hopefully in the next couple of weeks. I'm kind of surprised they haven't started doing their Crater Lake thing, the priests. I don't know what's going on there, but I don't know. The town crier said that the Lord Mayor was on it, so I'm not too worried about it. And I'm high enough that the waters will get to me. Yeah, kind of feel bad for the people that live around the edge. I'm sure they're getting flooded, but
Well, they don't. Sorry, I was thinking they did that all the time. No, they clean all the time.
they clean. Yeah, they clean the water of because there's no good sewer system, so people just throw their chamber pots out in the floor and on the floor out in the roads and the alleyways, and with the regular rains that come every afternoon, it just washes it down to the Crater Lake.
I mean, they could just hook up their lavatories to the underground network to the Underdark caves and just kind of flush everything down there. That would make sense.
How about let's not
Maybe
do
they
that?
did.
We spend a lot of time down there.
That's why. That's why everyone down there is kind of upset all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, he's pooping on their heads.
It's a good point. It's a
You
good point.
crapped in my lounge room, I'd probably come up and try and conquer your city too.
Fine.
What's your
Just bought this
motivation?
lazy boy. It's got shit on it now.
I mean, never mind. Yeah, okay. Ignore me. It's really bad.
Ignore me.
Uh,
Sorry, Grand Galactic Inquisitor from Venture Brothers. It's a fantastic character. Shouts "ignore me" all the time.
I'm not familiar with it. Sorry.
No, me either.
It's a shame. Venture Brothers is fantastic. Moving on. I don't have anything else. I don't think. Does anybody else have plans?
I don't think so. Other than, yeah, we confronted Patch. Other than going to the tip tankard or something like that, and just ransacking the place and seeing what happens. I don't know. Not a good idea.
It's a cuppa. We get arrested.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's fair.
And there's usually an average of about 20 or 30 people there at all times too.
That would be a mess.
It's a popular place.
Yeah, we could take them.
Yeah, Fireball.
It would still be a mess. I mean, it would be a mess.
We do have the necklace of Fireball.
You
Wait.
have a person of Fireball now too.
We have a necklace of Fireball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's never a
Actually,
good idea.
Yeah,
Tarathiel's got
Tarathiel
it.
has one.
Oh, that's right. Because we were thinking that he could sneak up and then boom. Yeah.
Because that was the nuclear launch detected
Yeah.
This is the
discussion that we had.
yeah,
But Khaldun doesn't need a necklace. He can just do it.
Yeah,
That's
he's
right.
a walking.
Yes, I'm itching
Fire producer.
to light stuff on fire.
I could go back down into the. I don't know. Find someone's broom closet that's connected to the Underdark and see what's going on.
Sky, do you have a basement that you never open?
Yeah.
She just what? No.
Are you
she's-
certain? Because
Be
seems
careful the way
pretty-
you ask that question. That means
Right.
that she did open it.
Mm-hmm.
right.
Well, I guess we can just sort of, wait until the ball.
Just pass the time. Okay.
Yeah.
In that case-
Farazan, like he wasn't going to take the outfit, but he'll whenever
You've
the
got
time
crafting
comes.
to do.
What's that?
You've got crafting to do.
Craft.
You need to make a costume.
No, I said he's the son of the chief, so he's got his traditional outfit from his people, which I kind of see like
Fancy duds.
beadwork and feathers and that
Yeah.
sort of thing.
It
Oh,
fits
God.
in a shoebox.
Mixed in a shoebox. No.
All right. So you guys are just gonna let the time pass. Nothing special going on today. Rest overnight. No problem. Get up the next morning. Head up to the clothier and walk inside, and Kalen is standing there, and you see the two outfits that you requested are sitting up, waiting, basically on hooks, with a mask with them. And you walk inside, and he smiles from ear to ear. What do you think? And it looks really, really nice. Like way, way better than that crap you bought earlier, Tarathiel. No, it's
Fair.
it's the difference between a $100 suit and a $5,000 suit. Just
That's
the
the
quality
difference
of
between
cloth.
an off the rack suit and a
Yeah.
tailored suit.
Yeah, so that's what you have is nice, but this is very, very nice. It's tailored to you. It's just really, really good, and they did a great job. Here you go, gents. Enjoy the party. Can't say I'm not a little jealous, but I'm not an adventurer. You guys lived the life.
Still, I'm surprised, given how many people at the party will be wearing clothes that you made. I'm surprised that you're not there. If I had a +1, it would go to you.
he bows slightly.
Here,
That's
take
very
this guy.
kind. Try the suits on, and they are perfect. They fit perfectly. Yeah, looks good.
I was thinking like Tarathiel puts on Khaldun's like, oh, it's a bit roomy.
Exactly. That's silly. Yours look like mine, and mine look like yours.
Fat man in a little coat.
So while we're doing this, I look at him. I was like, so how many other people have you put together attire for?
Dozens.
Dozens.
But I did theirs last year. Like literally the day after the Flood Festival, the Demon's Car Ball is over. They're coming in the next week, preparing themselves for the following year. So I did all the lords and ladies months and months ago.
But no, we're the only new ones.
No, actually, the guard captain, Tercion, he came in. He got a nice outfit as well. So he apparently is going. But everybody else, no, they all did theirs some time ago.
Okay.
Did he just need a new one, or is he not gone before?
I don't know if he's gone before, but I've never made him a suit to go before. He seemed really excited. I mean,
Who
to
wouldn't?
imagine that man giddy is just almost mind shattering. But he was pretty giddy about the whole concept of going to this Demon's Car Ball. It's the event of the year, so it makes sense if you like that kind of thing, which I never would have expected him. Anyway,
It is the privilege of the upper middle class to be invited to a high class event.
exactly.
Okay. So, did the instructions say we just kind of show up?
No, you will have a rickshaw sent to you to pick you up, and you're assuming it's going to be at the Drunken Morkoff because that is where your
That's our
invitations were
residence.
delivered.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Hmm. So, and I'm talking to the tailor again. What does one take to one of these things? Like, do we have to bring a gift?
Oh gosh, no. No, no, no.
Or
Like a side salad or
yeah,
No.
it's a potluck.
Bring a salad fork. Honestly, you're
Tacos.
better off not taking anything at all. It almost might be considered insulting because this is their chance to just, I mean, shine and show off how much money they have. No, you don't have to take anything. The fact that you got an invitation, you just look your best and show up and hope you don't piss off a noble.
Farazan,
I did say that. I did say that.
Farazan leans out the window and says, "Cancel the cake."
The one I was gonna jump out of.
That was my outfit.
Yeah. 17-layer cake.
Yeah.
Did the invitation say anything about, like, no weapons allowed, that kind of stuff?
Nothing like that.
It
That's
did
good.
not. Okay.
That's
Did
good.
not say anything like that.
all right, I'm planning to not take weapons because I can summon them at will.
So you are a weapon.
Yep. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like, should I wear some kind of ceremonial sword or something? And I thought, nope, don't need to. I don't want to appear threatening to these people.
All right.
Yet.
Anything between now and then?
Yeah.
You've got hours. I mean, you've got like 5, 6, 7 hours. If there's anything you want to take care of before then.
Don't think so. Not that I can think of.
All right. So around dusk, you're sitting at the Drunken Morkoff. Excuse me, God Almighty, drinking Cokes. That's a great thing to do when you're doing a podcast. You're sitting at the Drunken Morkoff. You two have your tailored suits on. Farazan, what are you wearing? Give me an idea of what is your garb look like? Don't have to be super detailed, but just kind of give me an idea so I know
Yeah.
how they'll react to it.
Yeah. So it would be a kind of. I'm trying to think of like not a specific thing, but more I don't know, more Native American type an outfit where skins with beadwork and his arms are exposed. He's got his chest would be covered by some sort of either vest or but all natural. He'd have something around his forearms, maybe a headband with like a symbol for his tribe or his clan, something just traditional for his people. It
So we're
wouldn't
thinking-
be it wouldn't be finery by any means, but it would be well kept, and it would be something that he would wear as the chief's son, like
Okay.
to meet another clan or to go to negotiations for treaties and things like that with other groups.
So we're thinking like some sort of Cherokee maybe not the feathers, but like that style of
Just it's kind of a generic sort of look, but it's a lot more color than you've ever seen him wear. He's got the he's got the splint mail armor that he normally wears, but he does and he's got the cloak of protection. So I mean, those are to me those are worn sort of earth tones and things like that. And his normal traveling clothing is to keep him warm and keep him protected from the elements. And he doesn't ever wear anything flashy, but this is it kind of bordering on flashy. I think the colorful and but definitely exotic. Not that a guy with giant walking among men isn't flashy enough, but this is him, and he does have that staff across his back.
Okay. So that does bring up a good point. Those suits you're wearing, you cannot wear armor with those, or else it'll be covering the suit. Just FYI.
Yep.
So you guys will not be wearing armor. Well, you can, but it's not a good idea to wear your armor over these suits.
They would get wrinkled.
Yes, they would get wrinkled. However, Farazan, your
Yeah.
armor, that's fine. You can wear yours. It's kind of part of the whole mystique, the whole blah blah blah, whatever.
Yeah,
Ooh,
exactly,
French
that is.
exactly that.
Je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
Jetty said what?
And everybody's taking their weapons. You two aren't wearing your armor, and Farazan, you basically have all your stuff. Okay. So, right around dusk, a man walks into the tavern, and he is wearing, imagine like a chauffeur's outfit, but set time period, and walks over to you, who I'm assuming is sitting at a table.
Yep.
I'm here to pick you up for the ball.
Farazan stands and says, "I doubt that."
And you see him kind of sigh. Well, it's mostly downhill. You go outside, and it's not a rickshaw per se, but it is a carriage. It's not drawn by any kind of animal because it wouldn't be able to, because the mud, the roads are pure mud.
Mhm.
Oh gosh.
Right? I mean,
They're not cobblestone?
no, there's no, everything's mud. And honestly, the roads that go between the avenues, the side roads, those are rivers.
Hmm.
I mean, it's very, very, very
It is very wet.
Yes, very wet. So the perimeter roads, that's not much of a problem because it's basically flat. But there are places where the water runoff is going through, and he's basically crossing across flooding water that's going down towards the lake. You step into the rickshaw, and it's a little snug having affairs on inside. And he steps around the front and doesn't appear to have any problem whatsoever pulling this thing.
Huh.
Like he's not straining, anything like that. And he's just walking at a fast pace, going around Obsidian Avenue, literally to the other side of town because you're directly across from the Koi Nixie. Coming close, you can see other. I keep saying rickshaw. It's not really what it is. Other. Oh God, help me out.
Hand carts?
Carts, wagons, like fancy wagons.
Carriage.
Carriage. God, thank you. That's the word I'm looking for.
Pumpkins?
All I could think of was Wild West. I'm like, it's not like that. Yes, very nice carriages. Stagecoaches, peacock-drawn rickshaws. But there are several carriages out front, and you see them coming and going, people getting out, coming in. The Koi Nixie itself, which Tarathiel you have been to, is probably one of the if not the highest end restaurant in town. There are two doormen up front, and as you step out, they open the door and wave you in. They're both wearing nice clothes, but they're also both wearing the oh God, here we go, Nabthatoran mask, the demon mask.
Yeah.
Nabthatoran. You walk inside, the three of you, and you come into a large foyer area. You're still on the first floor, and you see dozens of what you can only assume are noblemen, lords, very, very rich businessmen. And among all of them, you do see Tercion, and he's kind of over by himself. He's along the side, like he doesn't really know anybody else here, but he has just got his head on a swivel, grinning from ear to ear, eyes wide, and is just absolutely fascinated by the situation here. Looking around, just kind of casually scanning the room. You see a lot of people we've never seen before. I mean, a lot. But you do see a couple of people that you do recognize. You see the Lord Mayor. Um, he's got half a dozen people around him who are just sycophants talking to him, telling him how wonderful he is. Um, you see the High Priestess of the Ouija's Temple.
Hmm.
Um, and you also see Lord Valantru, who's not really who's not really standing among the crowd. He's over at a table with a young, attractive woman, and they're just sitting there talking amongst each other, having just conversation and just slowly drinking drinks from their glasses. Um, there are waiters going around. As soon as you walk in, they approach you. They've got drinks. They've got hors d'oeuvres. Um, offer you all these things, and it's just a low din of conversation among all of these noblemen and rich people and influential people of Cauldron. And basically, all the conversation you're getting is talking about their accomplishments and how much money they made, and they bought a new. They're all one-upping each other, constantly just trying to show how much more powerful they were than last year. Nothing specific, but you just keep hearing conversation. It's a very, very common theme. And Tercion finally looks over and sees you, and he just grins and walks over. Isn't this amazing? I would have never thought to ever get invited to the Demon Scar Ball. Isn't this amazing? And he's just looking around like he's got a glass in his hand, and he's just taking it all in. Like he's just completely excited by the fact that he got invited this year. What do you think?
I'm holding the flute in one hand and some sort of meat hors d'oeuvre in the other, and I'm eating it, and I'm nodding. I'm like, yes, this is amazing.
This is amazing.
So Farazan looks at him, and Farazan's not wearing a mask, so he asks, you were not invited to any of these before?
No, first time.
Do you know why they invited you this year?
Nope, didn't ask. I was
enough.
surprised to get the invitation, but no, no, heck no.
Did the invitation say who's putting on the ball?
It had a scarlet A. Remember, the seal was an A.
Oh, that's right.
It's the Azlaxans. They're the ones that put the ball on every year.
Bless you.
I think I'm pronouncing that right.
It said Lord Azkaban.
That's right. You were saying Azkaban.
Here we go.
It's Azlaxan. Aslaxin.
As
Lord Azlaxan Senior.
So Farazan, is looking around at all the people, and he says, so this should be regarded as quite the honor. Says congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And is it Captain? I can't remember what his title.
Yes, Captain.
Okay,
Yes,
so,
it's Captain.
so he'll say congratulations to you, Captain.
Well, thank you. And he's wearing a nice suit, but it's it looks like Kalen did a little bit to make it look almost military. It's not like a full military regalia, but he's made it look a little militant. So it looks really nice, but it also gives that air of soldier about it. So the combination together makes him look really, really impressive.
Oh, so he looks like the model of a modern Major General?
Yeah, something like that. Modern Major Captain.
And I asked him, between mouthfuls of food, do you see Lord Azlaxan in here anywhere? Like
sure. Any points?
Like let's say, I'm totally serious here. Are there nameplates?
Not here. There's no tables here. There are no tables. You're still in the foyer area downstairs. So, and people are still pouring in. The guests are still arriving. So it's obvious that this is where everybody just kind of mills around until everybody goes upstairs to the ballroom proper. Lord Azlaxan, he's over there with his wife and his son. Yeah, he's over there. His son is a fine gentleman.
That's what we're supposed to say.
Do you
No,
personally know the Lord and his son?
no. I've met his son a couple. So no, I've never met Lord as Laxton Senior ever. I no. But his son and a couple of other uh, noble children, like the children of the higher noble houses of Cauldron, there are four of them that have actually formed a adventuring group. They call themselves the Stormblades, and they cleared out some goblin, not goblin, one of the other ones, the little ones, the kobolds. Kobolds had some kobolds that kind of set up camp in one of the many caves under Cauldron a couple months ago. I mean, before you guys showed up. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think they're very happy with you. You've kind of stolen their thunder, taking care of the kid, the orphan, and
Stormblades.
Stormblades. Yeah. He's a part of Anna's actually the one that she's, I guess, kind of the leader of the Stormblades. She's a Tasker Hill. They're a really powerful merchant family. They're a lord of Waterdeep. Oh Lord, they're a lord of Cauldron as well. Yeah, and he's literally he's just straight up pointing at these people as he talks. Like they're over there, they're talking, and blah blah blah. And he points at this one lady who she's an older lady. This lady is probably in her 60s, and he said that's Ophelia, and she rarely ever comes to these. She doesn't even live in Cauldron, but she is probably the biggest donator for the Cauldron for the Blue Cater Academy, and she owns this place. So she's but she doesn't come around here very often. She stays at her town. She lives one of the smaller towns east of here. Gosh, the name of it is really escaping me right now. Hollow Sky is where she is. She has several plantations down there. She rarely comes here, and like I said, she's not been to one of these balls in a long time, I've heard. So I don't know why she's here.
Is there something special that is being celebrated this evening?
Nothing beyond the Demon's Car Ball. Nothing beyond the Flood Festival. There's no special occasion this year or anything, except for I'm here.
He looks around and he says, I guess you wouldn't know who else is here for the first time, would you?
For the first time? Well, it's not her first time. I mean, she's come before in the past. Like, she just doesn't come every year. It's like I guess whenever the notion hits her to come up. She was here a couple of years ago, I heard. She just doesn't come every year. I don't really recognize, there's nobody that I don't recognize. I haven't met these people. They don't know who I am, but these are all the noble people of Cauldron and in the local area.
Mm-hmm.
And he's pointing. That's the Lethenmeyer. That's the Vanderborn. That's Aslaxon. That's of course there's Lord Mayor over there. There's Valantru and Emerald, the High Priestess, and he's just naming names after names after names of these noble people schmoozing.
And it's all nobles. It's not like merchants, so like Sky, even though she's
they're not noble, but they're very, very rich.
Okay.
And he points over. He said, "There's Mavu. He's the one that has the export. He's probably the richest merchant in Cauldron. He's got caravans going all over this area, down to Sasserine, to Hollow Sky, over to Red Gore. I mean, he's just all the towns around this area. He has all the import export for, I mean, almost the entire year. Yeah, there's others, but he's pretty much got the market. And there's gonna be a test tomorrow about all the names I've just listed. You'll have to know them in alphabetical order.
Lord A, Lord B,
Yeah,
Lord
exactly.
C.
In order of importance and wealth.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, by wealth levels.
Yeah.
And so when you guys walked in, majority, if not everybody in the Foria area stopped, didn't like sudden silence or anything. But when you walked in, Farazan, you caught the attention of literally everybody in the room. You're a head taller than everybody, but you're also wearing this very natural garb, and you look like a warrior. You look like a tribal warrior, and you hear mutterings, and you do see some nods, and arched eyebrows, and you see these people like, why is he wearing his hunting outfit? You get all mix of different opinions of you and your current garb, your outfit.
Yeah, so nobody's like, yelling out insults or anything like that. It's
No.
like,
Even the ones that were kind of like nodding, they're very polite. Giant
Sasquatch!
hit it with a rock. And Tersan's standing there, and he kind of grabs Tarathiel. He thumbs your suit. Did you go to Kalen? He's really good, and he made this so fast. He made it just a couple of days. I just got my invitation the other day. I don't know how they expect us to do this though. Anyway, your suit looks good. Y'all look great.
Thank you. Yeah, it was.
as well.
It was Kalen. He's a pretty nice guy.
Yeah, he's down to earth. He's the best tailor in Cauldron, at least, probably in the whole Cauldron region. Maybe not Sasserine. There's a lot of traders down there. He does a really good job. I mean, he does all of their outfits. He may not have done all of them. I guarantee he's done well over half of the people here. He does really well for himself making this stuff for the nobles.
He doesn't get an invite. Tarathiel
Well, you don't invite your gardener, I guess. I don't know. They're real weird. They're good nobles, very good individuals of this town, but there's limited area. Like, they can't invite the whole town, right? They can only invite certain people. There's limited seating, of course. Why would they? He's just sitting there nodding like he's trying to shut up.
Yeah, this only real special folks get let in here.
Mm.
I look at
It's
everyone
just
and I'm
nodding.
like, I don't think I've ever met Lord Volanthru.
No,
Volanthru?
Oh, he's right over there.
That's right, isn't it? We've never met
Oh.
him.
No,
Nope.
not in person. You've gotten word, but never directly. He's never spoken to you directly.
he's picking
I-
up our tab.
Yeah, exactly. I look at the three of them as like, I think we should go over and thank him for what he's done for us.
Yeah, and Tercian's like, he's actually pretty approachable for a nobleman. Yeah, just go talk to him. And now that he's mentioned it, you see noble people coming up to him, quick pleasantries, and they walk on. He's grinning, smiling from ear to ear. So you've seen him before, but you never met him or talked to him before. He's middle-aged. He's got dark hair but graying, like Pepper. But he does carry a cane. So anytime you see him walking around, he does kind of
The 50 caliber cane.
yeah. So yeah, imagine Duke Leto Atreides from the '84 version of Dune. That's kind of how you feel.
Okay.
How he looks, and probably even has the accent. He doesn't have a local accent. And Tercian's yeah, just go ahead. You can just approach him. Honestly, you can talk to anybody, whether or not they talk to you back. That's but you got an invitation. So as far as they're concerned, you're supposed to be here.
Does Tercian still look kind of distracted and wowed by being in the room?
Yeah. I mean, whenever he's talking to you guys, because whenever he's pointing somebody out, he's like, "Oh, that's that's Lord Van Buren." You haven't seen,
He's fanboying.
Yeah.
No, Tarathiel was just gonna snatch the flute out of his hand and swap it with an empty one, and before walking away to go talk to the Lord.
Yeah, he hasn't touched his drink.
Thanks, buddy.
Have a great time. I'm gonna stay right here.
I just want to subtly diss him.
And he is the awkward dude in the party that doesn't know anybody. He just kind of scoots back to the wall and just does the fly on the wall and just checking everything out. He just looks delighted to be here. So
And
all
probably
three,
terrified of screwing up and not being invited next year.
yeah, and afraid of saying the wrong thing because you could tell he's got his opinions, and as soon as he opens his mouth, he backtracks and he's just like, nope,
Mhm. Mhm.
Shouldn't
I
say
like I like being I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. It's like I like being here. I'm not going to screw this up. Kind of the feel you get from him. And you see Lord Volantrue sitting at one of the few tables actually in the foyer area. He's sitting there with the young lady. And are you guys going as a group? Was it just you, Khaldun? What I mean,
Well, I was
I don't
thinking
wanna
we'd
put
go
it-
as a group. That's why I said it to everyone.
okay,
Yeah,
all three of you. All right. And-
do we have the mental link thing?
You didn't mention it, but you
we-
can do it right now. Like,
We can do, yeah, I can do it now. I'll roll it in the background.
so you guys head over and you get halfway across the foyer area, and he notices you approaching. And he looks and he smiles. He's got a real pleasant smile, and he waves you over. He like, literally beckons. Is it a 1?
It's an 8.
It's an 8.
Oh,
It's
okay.
literally maximum duration. For the first time, we haven't needed that. We've got it.
We'll be in each other's heads for hours.
I know, right? I'm going to get very tipsy. Just sing
Oh,
loudly
no.
directly into Khaldun's mind.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
on,
what
on
we're,
the
what
way
we're
over,
getting ready to see is the real Tarathiel.
Yeah.
We're gonna walk out of here, and his pockets are gonna be stuffed with silver.
He's gonna have a lampshade on his head by midnight.
He's got a big boot that's got halfway full of ale.
Yeah.
Where
Straw.
did you
Dirty
get a
boot with mud
toga?
on it,
Were you
yeah.
wearing that under the suit?
On
So,
the
yeah.
on the way over, Farazan telepathically asks, are there anything that we should or should not say to Lord Volantrue? Other than
Maybe don't threaten him.
Roll initiative. I don't think so. I don't.
Fireball.
Pleasure to meet you. Roll it.
Guys.
Fireball. Yes.
Yeah, guys.
Geyser. Yes.
Do not say geyser.
Khaldun's top pocket just explodes.
He's got like a flower bouquet on his shoulder.
Yep.
It just shoots the water straight out.
Do you like to smell my flower?
So you
Yes.
guys are approaching, and
Yeah.
he does. He's got a friendly smile, and he's beckoning all of you over. And you get closer. He says, come over, please join us." I am Lord Volantrue. It's a pleasure to meet you. I know all three of you very well. You've done a lot for this city, and I want to thank you. This is my friend. This is Celeste. She's my guest tonight at the Demon's Car Ball. What do you think? How do you like the party?
The meat
It's
is
very nice.
fantastic.
You know, that was actually imported today from the northern region. So I don't know. I guess they use some magic. Not sure how that works, but yeah, they spare no expense. As Laxkans, they like to show their wealth, and we're all appreciative of it. How are your arrangements at the Drunken Morgoth?
Fantastic. That's why we wanted to come over, and we had heard that you were the one that was helping us in the city, and we'd never met you before, so we just wanted to come over and thank you personally.
Well, excuse my rudeness. I would like to have told you in person, but I do have a lot of things to take care of. Think nothing of it. I appreciate what you've done, saving that child. You set everybody's mind at ease, and now you've taken care of these rabid goblins that are living down below. You're a treasure in this city, so whatever I can do, as meager as it may be, I'm happy to help.
Children. Yeah. I don't want to sound ungrateful. This is fantastic and sort of awe-inspiring, but do you know why we're here?
I had you invited
Oh, well, that explains it.
as somewhat of a thanks. You're somewhat of local heroes, so like I said, you've done more than most people do in a lifetime, to be completely honest. But just another way for me to say thanks. I know the Drunken Morgoth. If you guys want to move to another tavern or inn, you let me know. But I thought it would be a nice gesture, and my way of saying thank you from the city of Cauldron, to invite you to see the finest of the finds of the people of the nobility of Cauldron.
Well, that's wonderful news because I was a little bit worried because it just came out of the blue, and it's like, why in the world would someone invite us? And that makes the most sense logically. So thank you very much.
Again, that's rude on my part that I didn't let you know more. I have people that work for me, and I tell them what I want to get done, and they do it. I'm just glad that they did it correctly and that you're here today. Your suits look magnificent. You must know Kalen pretty well. I've actually had some suits made by him myself. I'll be sure to put in the good word to everyone that he's done such a fine job tonight. And fares on. And he motions towards you, hand up and down. I am quite impressed by your choice of garb tonight. I respect the fact that you didn't get a suit and you've come in your tribal regalia. You honor us. Thank you for coming.
The honor is mine. And again, I forget to ask. This is the appropriate. This is me asking. Title for these people, Lord. I mean, is that?
Yeah, Lord and Lady.
Or is it? So he that's kind of a thing with him. So the formal title. So the honor is mine, Lord Valantru. This is how my people dress when we go to events. Not nearly as fancy as this particular one, but when we meet the leaders of other clans, it is tradition.
Well, you do us all an honor. And you notice after he says that, the general area around you, if anybody was kind of like, they're all now very happy about your outfit. Like his opinion is very important to a lot of these people around. So yeah, you say that and you hear what was at one point gruff, like, oh my God, he's wearing his deer trousers. They're now saying, I agree, that's amazing. You're so brave, and just more and more compliments, just kind of under their breath now that he has paid you a compliment.
It'd be interesting to see what next year's fashion is.
Yeah.
I say that in my head.
Is Valantru a first name or a last name?
It is my first name. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Matt's mistake. That is my last name.
Okay.
Before we...
He doesn't offer his first name.
Yeah.
Nope. Tarathiel was letting the pregnant pause be pregnant.
Exactly.
It's just
trimester here.
Yeah.
Well, before we take our leave and let you have the rest of your evening to yourself, is there anything we should know about tonight's activities?
No. You won't be asked to participate. Actually, I think as Laxon's son is going to be, he's going to be playing the role of Surabar. I'm not sure who they have as Nabthatoran. I should know. That's something I should know. And Celeste is just nodding.
Yes, you should know.
You should know that. I'm not sure who's playing Nabthorin, but they'll put on a play. It will go over the history of Cauldron. It'll actually go way before Cauldron. It explains how the Demon Scar, which is an actual place, originally came about in this area. It's actually somewhat of a fascinating story. I hope you enjoy it. And they'll put on a quick passion play of the fight between Surabar and Nabthorin and his ultimate demise. And it's if it holds up to previous years, you will be quite impressed.
I look forward to it.
And you see him kind of like notice out of the corner of his eye, I see Tircion made it.
Yes.
I'm glad. I invited him as well. He has done an amazing job keeping the peace. There's been a lot of damaged property, It was actually his idea that we start looking outwards for. You may not have heard, but a couple of days ago, the town guard hired their first half orc. Generally,
No. Hmm.
so
did
Matt
have
aside, it was an announcement
It was in the town prize notes.
from one of the town criers like 30 episodes ago. But
Yep.
yeah,
Okay.
you've slept since then. But yeah, this is a big moment in Cauldron. Cauldron is a predominantly human city, and any kind of integration is always welcome. And we're glad Tercion has pushed this initiative forward. He's asked for additional spending to arm our guards and bring in better help to protect the members of Cauldron. So we thank him, and that was our appreciation. It was a group decision. That wasn't just mine. Group decision to invite him for his job well done as the captain. And you hear mutterings of agreement again, and they're all looking over in the nice little polite golf clap, and Tercion is red. He has no idea why everybody's staring at him, but he's just smiling, and he is as red as a Coca-Cola bottle. Like, he is just red.
Tarathiel just waves.
He waves, and he all of a sudden becomes extremely interested in an hors d'oeuvre that's over here. Lloyd de Volantrue looks up. They should be announcing any time now for us to go upstairs. I believe all the invitations that have gone out, everybody's arrived. Enjoy your drinks. Enjoy the night. I'm glad you came to speak with me. Most people are hesitant to speak to a lord. It's understandable. We do that on purpose. But I am glad that you spoke with me. If you ever need anything, please let Captain Tercion or Captain Skellerang know, and he will get word to me.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. This is a fantastic gift.
Thank you. And almost a point, it's almost like it's a moment that he had planned. As soon as he says thank you, the doors to the stairway going up to the second level open up, and obviously a man walking out. He's in full costume. He's wearing a mask that's half Surabar and half Nabthatoran. We'll get that right eventually.
Well done.
Steps
well
out
done.
and takes a deep breath. Welcome, dignitaries and noblemen, denizens of the Demon Scar. It turns to the left so you can see the demon visage. And founders of our fair city. And he turns to the right so you can see the other side, the Surabar side. Tonight is a celebration of Cauldron's most glorious and monumental of historical events. The battle between good and evil, heaven and hell, arcane hero and demon general. Between the founder of our grand city, Surabar Spellmason, and the demonic lord who sought to destroy our ancestors, Nabthatoran. Please, enter through the grand doors to a formal greet your ball patrons and begin the fabulous festivities. And everybody golf clap, tinkle, tapping their glasses with the forks and start moving in that direction. And we'll pick up here next week.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, I wanted to go over to the captain, and because he doesn't know what's going on either. So it's like we got to tell him. It's Volantrue that got him in here.
Yeah. Yeah. It's of course, Volantrue did say it was like a general consensus, like he had talked to other lords.
Yeah.
Whereas he actually specifically invited you himself. But yeah. And seriously, whenever he started talking and all the nobles that were around listening turned to look, he looked extremely uncomfortable. He just did not know what to do with his hands.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as that announcement's finished, you see him just kind of make a beeline. Not quite knocking people over, but he is just, hurriedly finding the gaps, finding the paths, and he's heading upstairs. And we will have the final part of the Demon Scar Ball next week.
Excellent.
Sure, it'll be fine. This is fine.
Everything's fine.
Yes.
Everything's fine.
Thank you for joining. You're so paranoid. I don't get it. What have I done to make you feel that way?
Well, for one thing, you inventoried the
scrying.
things that we were bringing to the ball.
That is a DM tactic to make you nervous. It always works. So you're not wearing armor, right? And you're not carrying weapons? Good to know.
Excellent. Excellent.
Nothing.
Thanks everybody showing up tonight, checking it out. I see the names Shelly and Cowart immediately. I know there were some other people out there. Thanks for joining us. I hope you had a good time, and we will see everybody next Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Non-Daylight Savings Time again.
Have a good one.
Have a good night.
Or our 1-year anniversary episode next time.
Is it? That's
Oh, is it?
40. That's 43
It is.
episodes. How is that a year?
Because we took a month off in the middle, and we may have missed a couple elsewhere, but we've been doing it for
Yeah.
a year, since the 6th of January. So
You're absolutely right. I completely forgot that we had to take some time for like vacations and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
So
summer.
wow, it's already been a year. Does it feel
Been
like
a
a year? Wow. I hope the next year goes just as fast.
Night, everyone.
yes.
Good night.
Good night.